attract those types of people that want to stay in a lifelong career and work their way up. And we don't have that anymore. We don't have the wages anymore. We're having trouble finding those people. So I think the discussion has to go into what's a fair salary. I don't think she's discussed exactly what the exempt would be. Maybe hasn't discussed what the range would be for an exempt employee working under the revenue. But you know, if the salary needs to be that high to get somebody there, that should be the discussion. In my opinion.
And you can hire companies to do that as well for you and have them train your in-house people and hire a few. So I think it's a combination of a process here to get that done. I don't just think you run out and hire 10 economists at $250,000 a year or something like that and consider that's the fix for it. I think you want to build a cadre of people within your department that have been there and understand the state's operation a little bit as well, and you work them up and you use companies that do it on a worldwide basis, and I think you'll come out with a better product.
Yeah, can you imagine if we had our own, 20, 30-year employees of the state that had that kind of knowledge, so we didn't have to hire an outside consultant, full consultant, and getting paid a lot more than a standard level, mid-level employee. I think something will get done.
Hold on, Al, here. I urge you to try to make it a union position, because when you have a change of administration, the group may go, and then you have a whole new people, and it would take them 6 months to come up to speed. And during that, all sorts of things can happen. It's very critical to have people experienced to stay with it.
I think that it's a brave new world when you talk about multinational corporations and how most time in the world there's a situation like that incorporation. You don't want this to be a union position because you need it. I mean, you do not trust Sarah Palin at this point. I mean, she needs to be able to get rid of somebody, and not have to be bound up. This is like that critical position. And they could be brought before after they're installed. They could be selectively, recruited after they're installed. So it needs to be a position where they're not automatically in and get rid of them.
I don't think you can, even in the union position, I know a little bit about that anyhow. There's no guarantees, If somebody is doing something wrong, it doesn't make a difference whether they belong to a union or not to be fired. That's kind of a misconception that a lot of people have. And in our particular week, somebody did something wrong. Lots of people got fired at Clear. Clear was a great place to work. There's more money at Clear than you made any place else in the state of Alaska. But people got fired at Clear. So to me, it's simply if the person is doing something wrong, or in the case you're talking about, they're doing something unethical, there's certainly no preclusion to hiring them, firing them, and certainly would be no difficulty in making that stick if in fact they found out and knew that they were actually working for the other side or something like that, and were paid or coerced in some fashion or fenced in some fashion to do that. That's basically what happened with some of the legislators.
But this is the case where the lieutenants are foxes in the henhouse, because this is the person we're relying on to make sure that so there's no way that we would know. They're the one scanning the files on the computers day in, day out. How would we know that they're omitting something or not?
If I heard you accurately, Scott, you said that imagine what it'd be like to have some of our own people. Friday morning, David, you said, where's the hammer? Where's the stick? Joe, of all people here, you would know you don't negotiate from a position of weakness. We've been dependent on oil revenue now for 30 years. Because of the VECO kind of things that have been going on, we still do not teach petroleum economics in this state. We have a university president making $370,000 a year. Plus, with his benefits, he's probably costing us $750,000. I've heard from legislators that he doesn't go to Juneau and beg, he demands. He picks the weakest legislature and threatens them and tells them, this is the amount of money we need. When you bring this up to them, you run radio ads saying, we're teaching economics, we're teaching petroleum technology. We're still not teaching petroleum economics. We're 30 years behind the times. Norway found the oil companies were jerking them around. They took their best and their brightest people, sent them outside to the finest petroleum schools they could find, and now they run their own show. We're still here like a bunch of boobs in a colony, not knowing anything, asking consultants what to do. Why haven't we generated our own people? And how fast can we start generating our own people?
That's a good, go ahead, Clark.
I was just going to say that actually there is a degree that started a year ago. And there's a degree now, Resource Economics. It's an MBA program. It started about a year ago. And they're just starting to get it up to the level where it's where it needs to be. But I just wanted to point that out because I'm actually looking for a program just so I can keep up with everybody here and learn.
Economics or petroleum economics?
Well, it's resource economics. I don't know the details of whether petroleum.
How many years is it going to be before we're really rolling and we have our own consultants?
Well, if we started, last year, we can't get any quicker than that. But what level do we fund it at, and what level do we seek?
Is it the fault of something like DECO that made darn sure we didn't get to it? They want us to stay stupid.
I think when you start talking about exempting, you can exempt and keep people in collective bargaining. I think there's sort of a hybrid option here. You could exempt the salary.
Yes, Joe, David, Scott, appreciate seeing here. I just want to know, did you guys get my message, Columbus Day, Governor Egan's birthday on the 8th? That was the week after this proposal was made by Governor Palin, October 1st, and not to distract from these other issues, but I wanted to redirect our attention onto what was proposed, page 3, the last paragraph here. It's pretty clear, certifying agent of the state to select, accept, secure by whatever action is necessary in the name of the state by deed, sale, gift, advice, judgment, operation of law, or other means, it states, any land of whatever nature or interest available to the state. And I noticed in today's paper that we have also concerning the Tashishbuk Lake in the NPRA. Prior to statehood in '59, 92 years after session, during the territorial era, I mean, we had to get a congressional approval to get a typewriter, you know, for the state territorial legislature. And in any event, there was this provision that the state reaffirmed through legislative resolve number 5 of 2001, and I'm specifically talking about our 90% of 90-10 economic royalty provisions. This, which was proposed, overlaps to extend on our state interests, subsurface mineral oil and gas extraction and development on federal lands regarding non-renewable natural resources, mineral, oil, gas. And I wanted to ask you tonight in front of everybody if you would please submit to the federal government Alaska's reaffirmed interest in that 90% worth billions to the state and millions to local and rural and urban communities throughout Alaska. I believe that's why this is in here too. It attempts to overlap that extension with the passage of this. So I just wanted to ask you all if you'd guard that interest, that land-based interest, for all the right reasons. When we came into statehood, it was pretty clear that we weren't to be paying the kind of taxes that we're paying today, which is why I support the homeowners